Welcome back. Good morning. You're halfway home here on Wednesday, so that's good. Um, so we might have a question percolating here. Does God's overturning power always so dramatic? Often it is, and a lot of the examples this week I chose, it is. um, think about it. If we're at the point that a system, an empire, or a force needs to be completely overturned, it's gotten pretty bad. And so it's going to have a dramatic effect. If it's a system that barely affects people, then yeah, it won't be as dramatic. But then it's not as big of a problem, is it? I mean, the cross is a prominent form of this overturning, right? Jesus, through his death and resurrection, overturns death into life forever. That's dramatic. We've heard about Egypt with the plagues, and then again with Jeremiah, and then just the known world in general. I mean, he focused on Egypt, but you could basically summarize that to be all the known world being overturned. And so now we turn to Lamentations, another prophetic book. Actually, it's kind of the sequel to Jeremiah. It's kind of like, I don't know, a different author who is trying to tap into the same kind of canonical universe, if you will, to use comic book language. Anyway, so I'm in Lamentations, chapter 4. I don't think we've used Lamentations in coffee videos yet, so another one down. I gotta see which books we've used, see if we've used them all yet. Maybe we'll have a week of books we haven't touched yet. It's kind of fun. All right, so Lamentations, chapter 4. This is going to be good. I'm just going to go ahead and read 4, 1 through 6. 1 through 6. How the gold has grown dim, how the pure gold is changed. The sacred stones lie scattered at the head of every street. The precious children of Zion, worth their weight in fine gold, how they are reckoned as earthen pots, the work of the potter's hands. Even the jackals offer the breast and nurse their young, but my people have become cruel, like ostriches in the wilderness. The tongue of the infant sticks to the roof of the mouth for first. The children beg for food, but no one gives them anything. Those who feasted on delicacies perish in the streets. Those who were brought up in purple cling to ash heaps. The chastisement of my people has been greater than the punishment of Sodom, which was overthrown in a moment, though no hand has laid on it. Okay, so this is the punishment of Zion, is the translation I have. This is the kingdom of God on earth as it had been known, right? The remnant of split Israel and Judah. Basically, we have to remember, we actually talked about this last week, right? Israel asked for a king. I told you then. It might go well for a little bit, but ultimately did not go well. This is where it ends. It did not go well. They had so many corrupt king after corrupt king. Game of Thrones has nothing on the history that's in the Bible. Betrayals, assassinations, debauchery, all of it's there. And like he said, my people have become so cruel, gone away from God's teachings, gone away from what they're supposed to be doing. And so God has chosen to overturn this kingdom. It is not representative of God's way, even though they claim to be. The people have basically taken the approach of, well, we're God's kingdom, so we're untouchable. We can do whatever we want. No. And of course, yes, it references the overturning of Sodom. We could have chosen that passage from earlier in the Old Testament, but I like this one because it references both. This is, again, the overturning action of God. These societies were corrupt. They were beyond, beyond redemption, so to speak, as some would say. I mean, we always say there's redemption, but there needed to be a change in the world, right? I'm sure we can think of instances in history, in our own lives, where things were changed for the better by God. That's what's going on here. And so, yes, we have this description, right, of how cruel and how the needy needs are not met. How those who had it all, who feast on delicacies, now perish in the street. Those in purple, remember, that's royalty, riches. So they're in purple, they're wealthy. They now cling to nothing but ash heaps, right? Now this is the overturning because those people did not answer the call. Whew, some heavy stuff this week. But this is important. when we're talking about systems in our world today that are causing people to be left, like I said, undernourished, where those with the resources are lavishly spending it on themselves instead of helping others. It's a prophetic warning that God has overturned such systems. God will do it again. We have to be following God's way and seeking to overturn those systems for the better. All right. With that, 2 more to go this week as we're overturning again, seeking justice in this broken world.